Name an element. Water, air, earth, fire. I direct your attention. Water, air, earth, fire. Name an element. Water, air.
Yeah. Ain't E, baby.
I direct your attention.
You know what it is. Yo. Alright. Yeah. The world's about to come to an end. We are NE. You know what I mean? I go by the name of Swigger Don, formerly known as L Swift.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Anthony Cruz, aka A-Butta.
And it's Vo, Mr. Vo, aka Ago.
Yeah.
Yo, what's going on? What we doing right now? You know what I'm saying? Real quick. I did a record called Thank You. Off of my album right now. I got an album out called Raw Real Spit. So basically it's a lot of old joints, but I have recorded a new joint, this year, 2010, called Thank You. And basically that's the newest one, so that's what I pushed out to the world on the internet, whatever. And I just felt it was time to reach out, you know what I'm saying? Me and Swig have been doing things as two-faced, guaranteed. But I had to reach out to the brother Vu. You know what I'm saying? I had to take him out of meditation, out the cave. You know what I'm saying? He's been meditating and really killing it. So I was like, yo, Vu, why don't you come out here and just jump on this track? I'm gonna do a remix. And that's what we're here for tonight, is Thank You Remix. You know what I'm saying? It's the first time NE recorded. I can't even tell you how long.
Man, the while since
Swigger mixtape, right? Swigger mixtape on like 05 or something.
03 or something. Yeah, 03 or 04, something like that.
Yeah, man, it's like driving on, you know what I'm saying? Like jumping on
a bike. We make timeless music, so it's like right now, like if you go on YouTube, you put in Natural Elements, you'll see like fans that from 8 months ago, like new cats that never heard of us. They're like, who's Natural Elements? But that's the thing. We make timeless music. But what we doing right now is we're gonna bridge the gap of time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the time ain't real anyway. We're gonna break the time-space continuum.
Exactly.
Yeah, make old new old.
Basically. Really, it's like, man, it's all relative, you know what I mean? To me, it's all relative. We want to do it on our own terms, you know what I'm saying? Not when anyone's like, yo, and when y'all coming out, when y'all doing this. To be honest with you, this was not even planned. It was more like, yo, I want to do a remix. My first thought was to get mad MCs that I know and put on it. And I was like, yeah, I know a lot of niggas and they're ill, but I think it would just be iller to have Swigger and Vu. Those are the dudes that really only matter. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why get all these motherfuckers around me when I can just get Swigger and Vu? And so that's why I was like, you know what? It wasn't even more about NE. It was more like, I want Swigger on it and I want Vu on it. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh, that's right. That's Natural Elements.
Yeah.
So it's like, boom. You know?
That goes with the theme. Like I was saying earlier today, man. It's like the timeless music is like you can do whatever you want to. It's like the world will always make room for greatness. It doesn't matter when it comes.
Word.
They will always move bullshit aside and put it right where it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying?
Before they know who you robbed, who you stole, who you sold drugs to, whatever it is you did, they hear your music.
Exactly.
The music stands for itself.
Mm-hmm. You know? And it's been a minute, like, you know what I'm saying, since on the real, like us three of us even like just built or whatever, and like just recently we've been just all kicking it again, and it's just like, you know what I mean? It just feels natural, like, you know what I'm saying, pause, like the pun or whatever, Natural Elements, but it really does. It's just like, it feels good to be back making music with all three of us, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not to say that we're doing an album or nothing. We just came, we did a record, the shit is hot. It's just like, you know what I'm saying, we didn't skip a beat, you know what I'm saying? Because right now there's mad shit going on, like we got the two-face shit going on, got my solo shit, Swigger solo shit, Vu's doing beats, he's still writing, so you know what I'm saying, I'm trying to get Vu to do some solo shit, and then we still doing NE, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it all blends.
I mean, we can't be replaced, so it's like we the only ones that can do what we do. You know what I'm saying? So if we don't, I feel like we want to give a gift to the new fans that say, oh, I don't like this, or I don't like, or we want to give them a whole new crush. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we are. And just look out for whatever we do. We just do whatever we want to do whenever we want to do it. So ain't no dates with nothing. We just doing what we do.
Yeah, the game's changed. The game's changed, like, to the point where we was on a label or whatever, or like whatever people expected from us, it's different now. It's more like we have creative control. We have control over everything and anything. When we put it out, what we want to do with it, how we want to spit it. You know what I'm saying? So like a lot of people just the records they cherished the most was when we was doing that in 96, 95, 97. All I'm saying, it was like we were, and then when it went to the whole signing and the game changed 2000, it's got all crazy. So it's like, we're back to a point where it's like, we do whatever the fuck we want to do.
That's it. It's like for a lot of the, what we was doing in the 90s, like, it was, a lot of it is controlled by like the way the music industry set itself up for it to profit. So it's really not for the artists. You know what I'm saying? So the artists that do the business part and the music equally is the ones that will survive. You know what I'm saying? We always was humble dudes. You know what I'm saying? We never, yo, we the best. We let the fans say it. We have fans that'll say, yo, ain't nobody fucking with y'all. We never really say it in our records. We say it just playing around if we, you know what I'm saying? We feel like it, but for the most part, we let the fans tell it, and we're gonna put out new music, like you said, and from solo and all that, and just,
impactful shit.
Word.
One of the realest things is having somebody come up to you that you never knew and you never met in your life and say, yo, you the shit.
Yeah.
You know? I was somewhere and somebody I never met, I never seen before was just like, yo, peace to the God. And I'm thinking, okay, yeah, peace, God. Is he crazy? You know, is there something wrong with him? He know me from somewhere where I know dude from. And he came up to me and he was like, yo, man, I was just listening to your shit last night, man. Yo, you know, and it's that impactful shit that we do, you know, where we never carry ourselves like we, you know, God's gift to this music shit. But the people that heard it and felt the impact, you know what I mean? And we even to the point that you got new cats that's like saying, well, fuck, where the hell was I at when all this shit was happening? You know, where was I? Why I never knew about these dudes? You know, so we at a crucial time where we can really make an impact and hit both.
Yeah. And the thing with us too is that you know, a lot of and we're not gonna separate us from the new guys, because to a lot of people we're new. You know what I'm saying? That never heard of us, but it's like we came out at a time, or we was doing our thing at a time where we had actual real fans, like tangible fans. That like, it wasn't like a lot of guys today, I call them internet rappers, where they go by the clicks. Like if they get like, let's say they get 800,000 clicks on YouTube, they say I got 800,000 fans, but that don't mean that. That just means that 800,000 people, besides your little core fan base or whatever, hit it. You know what I'm saying? Right. That don't mean that. World Star, all that, and big up to World Star and all of that. This is 50, all hip hop, all of that, man. Hip hop game. You know what I'm saying? Nah Right, Two Dope Boys. Grand Good. Yeah. Big up to Grand Good. Always show us love. Straight hip hop.
And I mean, not to interject, but we come from an era where they sought you out.
Right.
They sought you out. If they felt you and they liked you, we didn't have YouTube. We didn't have MySpace. They sorted us out.
Yeah.
They sought us out. They came to the clubs. They came to the venues that we was at. They stood up late, 1 in the morning, to listen to us. You know, we ain't no internet rappers.
Exactly.
We ain't no YouTube rappers. We real MCs, and we do what real MCs do. And we was sought after, and we was followed by like real MCs are followed. So y'all think y'all got fans, but y'all may just have a bunch of stands.
We like that typical like the MC's favorite MC type shit.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of guys, like, and I say this all the time, man. It's like a lot of guys that you see that's out now that were influenced, not really, even if they weren't influenced by NE, they loved NE, but they'll never say our name in the interviews. They'll never say nothing. They'll just go, "Who's your favorite?" or "Who you used to listen to?" "Oh, King," or whoever. You know what I'm saying? They never say us, but it's good though, because we always felt like we was the underdog, so it makes great music out of all of that.
I said we was the undercurrent. We was more a part of the underworld than we was a part of the underground.
Word.
Right, we was a trend. We was became a transitional time for the industry.
Right.
And so it was always, not to take anything away from Tommy Boy, but it was always, I think, we was a little bit beyond them in terms of their structure and how they worked things and how they saw a group was supposed to be worked and how an album was supposed to be worked without understanding the history of the group and where we came out of, So, he's right. A lot of the artists that do their thing are able to maintain their own creative space outside of what the label is doing, outside of what might be going on in the industry itself.
Because it's mainly a setup for them to get the maximum monetarily. You know what I'm saying? It's like so they say put your single out 3 months before your album come out. Now during that 3 months, you might put out something else that might catch on to the people that wasn't the original one. Yeah. But it's like to be able to switch lanes and the way we do it now is that we'll be able to switch lanes and do this and do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Before it was like, okay, this is the single, and if it don't do good within whatever, when we send it out to the DJs, if it don't, then we done. We done with you. And that don't make no sense because like the people. Because you're gonna be judged by your body of work. See, like that's why, like a Jay-Z or somebody like that could go to whoever he's with now, Atlantic. He was on Def Jam. Even when he was with Priority, it's like we're gonna judge him by his body of work, not by one period of time. You know what I'm saying? Right. So that's what we on. We know that people gonna judge us from the first thing they heard from us until the last thing they heard from us. You know what I'm saying? But that's what we want them to judge us on. Is the body of work. You know what I'm saying?
Word. Straight up. Yeah. That's and who's to say what makes a hit or what makes a group, a group or that group. I forget. I think it was Kanye, as a matter of fact, who was like, everybody was like, that record's too slow. Radio will never play it. People will never catch on. But for that year, all you heard was, alright, I'm gonna get my money, and who would think, that thing ain't even 90 beats per minute, it's mad slow. What they going, you can't put that in the club. Right. But when when it's coming from here, and you know what you got, and you connect with the people. Exactly, that's the key. Who put you where you are, you never go wrong, and that's the thing. Like, we're not one of those groups that reach out for broad, recognition or anything like that. But what we have been able to do is connect with the people. Yeah. The actual people.
Like for real. Look, Real Six is living proof of that.
That's the thing I'm talking about with the internet. Sometimes you lose that connection, that real world shit, as opposed to the cyber world or the cyber shit, and but it's all good because we need that and we use it. I've utilized it, L's utilized it, A's utilized it, and it's a remarkable tool, for people, especially talented people, to get out there and get heard and like get known.
The labels tell these artists, like they'll go to them, right, and they'll play their songs or whatever for them, and they'll be like, yeah, we like you, but you need the internet buzz.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Right? And they tell artists, go get an internet buzz, right? But then they don't tell them what to do. What are the things you do to like in your viral videos?
I tell you how
to get, you know what I'm saying?
I tell you how to get an internet buzz. You need $5,000 a month. No, I'm serious. You need $5,000 a month. You pay the guy who knows all the websites, and then they get your song on there. You get 80,000 hits. and then you're gonna get a big deal, and then it's gonna put $500,000 into you, and then you're not gonna sell 5,000 records.
You may get a ringtone.
Yeah.
You may
And we
get a
so
ringtone.
we could get an internet buzz. You know what I'm saying? We could get an internet buzz. But what does that really mean?
Yeah, what does that mean?
I'd rather get a Four Loko buzz. And then record a record, and then put it out and have people appreciate it.
That's what I'm saying. You want an NE buzz, right? You want that buzz that's gonna make you say, "Damn, I got to go to the store to get that."
The NE buzz where you do anything at any time for any given reason. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. That NE vibe.
That's it.
Word up.
Not too many people that can really say that in this business because you know you're dealing with a lot of pimps and a lot of hoes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pimp hoe mentality in this thing. You know, so to be able to stand on your own gangster and say, nah, you know, it's a feel good thing, and if we don't, you know, we came into this like we just want to make a living. You know, we want to do this, make a living. You know, we in our early days may have been unit driven and profit driven, but as the game changes, you recognize that longevity can be built in many different ways. Not necessarily in how many units you sell,
Right.
but if you connect with the people
It's
who
that body of
got
work,
you there,
Exactly.
you know,
Yeah.
and you consistent with it, you know, and you know that's where we at.
Like if they love your record, they'll just get that record. If they love you, they'll get anything you do. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
That's the honest truth.
That's the real shit. So like we never really let's merchandise Natural Elements hoodies and we never did none of that. But now we're in a part of the game where when you see what's going on in hip hop right now, or and just in music in general, but I'll section it on hip hop, like with Jay Electronica getting signed to Jay and all that, and the way Kanye's doing stuff like that.
Kid Cudi just
You
signed
said-
Cage.
That's crazy. And you say, and I said the other day, I woke up the other morning, I said, you know, what's going on in hip hop is very Natural Elements ish.
Yeah.
And I say it's very Natural Elements ish because it's very organic. What people want now. You know what I'm saying? Like, because when people see the anything that looks like they're trying to force them to do it or to buy it, they don't want to do it no more. Because they have the internet and they can do what they want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the internet leveled the field.
It leveled the field. Exactly.
The internet leveled the field where you can say, you know, I don't have to buy that whole CD no more.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have to do what you tell me no more.
Right.
I can search and listen, discern, choose for myself. You know, I can choose what songs I like and what songs I want, as opposed to having to go buy the whole CD.
Right.
You know, I can choose what songs I want. I can choose what I like.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of the artists that are able to maintain is because they're able to put forth not just a few good songs or a few couple of singles, but a body of work
That's a whole different
that
story.
somebody or that people are going to want to have.
Because when you look at legendary art, like we want to be legendary, and when people look back at the game, you know what I'm saying? And when you look at legendary artists like Stevie Wonder or whoever, like when people like if you're introducing to somebody to Stevie Wonder, you probably go get the greatest hits or something, or you probably get like whatever album you feel like was the best for him, or if you put somebody on to Anita Baker for that matter, and you say, yo, The Rapture was her best album, right? We just want people to do that with our whole body of work. Yo, this is when they was doing, this is when they had this one in the group, and this they changed this, because it brings a whole dynamic, and now we a whole force on our own without sounding like nobody, without nothing. You know what I'm saying? We a whole thing on our own. We on our own planet. You know what I'm saying?
You know
Without
what?
having to say, oh, we're down with this person,
Down with
or
us.
we know that person, or we have sisters, uncles, nieces, nephews, whatever. in this department that
Man, come
we
on,
connect
nowhere.
with, we basically stick within our circle and do our own thing.
To show our appreciation for your support.
First and foremost, sorry you had to suffer.
They low when we up, but we flow as they suckers. We cut ya, carve ya, stuff ya like Thanksgiving supper. We lay waste to a jam.